What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 16th of May, 22 hours, 34 minutes left in this day here. We're at about $103.5 thousand. Yesterday, we had a bit of a drop down to $101,000, but pulled the day up to close green. I'm a little bit disappointed that we closed green because I was looking for a red day. The more red days that we get, at least in this consolidation area, the further down the RSI will come. We don't need to close dramatically red, but just enough to get out of the overbought zone would be nice to see. The fact that we're here, though, I will say, gives us a nice area to bounce from. It is common to bounce right off the overbought zone, so if we were to get a next leg up starting today, it could happen. I would like it, though, and who cares what I like, but today being Friday, I would like it if today, maybe over the weekend, we had some red days, just kind of top off this area here, cool off the RSI a little bit more, and then starting next week, we can get ready to rip and run, maybe on Monday or Tuesday or something like that. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, it's hard to say, but I think this was a diamond top. I do think it was a diamond top, and I think that we broke out of it. I do actually think we broke out of it to the downside after looking at it some more. I think we've broken out of it already to the downside, and then pulled back up to the upside, and that's very, very common with diamond patterns, which is nice to see. Hold on, I'm trying this so terribly right now. Some kind of something out to here, right? That was your diamond top. You broke out of it to the downside and then pulled back through at high velocity. That's actually a very common thing to do with diamond tops, is this kind of endeavor right here. A lot of people think that whenever you break out of a diamond top, that means that you have to go the length of the diamond down. You use that measure move, but that's not the case. Sometimes you miss that measure move because if you pull back, especially in a moment where you pull back through the breakout point, which I think that's exactly what this is here, that oftentimes not only negates the measure move, but it throws it in the opposite direction. So right now, you guys, I do believe in whether I had that diamond top drawn appropriately or not. I don't know. Is it here? Is it like this? Is this the diamond top right here? Did we break out of it? Or is it more like this right here and then we're breaking out of it to the upside? I don't know. I don't think that this is part of the diamond top. I really do think that this was part of it right here. I think that was it because it kind of looks more like a falling wedge once we start taking it like any further out that way. Either way, though, I think we are breaking out to the upside here. I think yesterday was a rather big day, and while it's nice, while it is a bullish kind of inclination, I would prefer it personally, and who cares what I would prefer, but I would prefer it if the price moved down, primarily because I want the RSI on the daily time frame to cool off a little bit more. It's fine that it's hot. You can bounce off the overbought zone, right? We did it back here, bounced right off the overbought zone here. Let's see what that promoted. As far as growth goes, bouncing off the overbought zone here, that sent us to the top, right? But it was a little bit more growth in respect to this move or that move here that took us there. Both of those moves, that one came, we were out of the overbought zone. This one came, we were out of the overbought zone. Bouncing off of it, we got the smallest move of this run. I would like it more if we got out of the overbought zone, if we saw a couple days of red, even if they're insignificant days of red, because then that would likely imply that we do have more growth to go. So looking for a little bit more consolidation in this range, but it does seem as though we're showing our hand, and that hand is a green hand, you guys, a very bullish hand indeed. We've been here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our 8th day now. Every time we've consolidated so far, at least since April 9th when we began running up higher, our consolidation phase has lasted 9 days. This one lasted, depending on how you want to look at it, we started moving up on the 14th day, but we didn't break out until the 16th day. So 16 versus 9. And here, as of now, I think it'll only say 7. Or no, we're on the 8. Yeah, so 8. So, we could break out as early as tomorrow, maybe the next day if we're breaking out in this range. Maybe this is a smaller breakout range here, but this is pretty much on par with what we've seen so far. And I think it would make sense, if we were to break out on Monday or Tuesday, something like that, we'd have a little bit more time to consolidate here, a little bit more time for the RSI to cool off, and I really do think that'd be a good thing. I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. When we were in this area before, back at the original time that we put our all-time highs in, we consolidated here for a good little bit. We consolidated there from the 17th of January until the 31st of January, so a nice little bit of time there. I think that here we'll consolidate as well. I don't believe that we're going to see Bitcoin below $100,000 ever again. We're at $103.7 thousand right now, and I want to say it just like loud and proud. I really do believe that we will never see Bitcoin below $100,000 again. I don't think it's happening ever again in our wildest dreams, you guys. We are the people who actually witnessed in our lifetimes Bitcoin below $100,000. You could buy a whole Bitcoin below $100,000, and that seems so common right now. That seems like something that's taken for granted, but there will be a time 20 years from now, 10 years from now, probably 5 years from now, that we'll remember these days as the good old days. Whew, that sneeze came out of nowhere. Anyways, looking at this here on the 4-hour time frame, looking at the 4-hour RSI, things do look pretty bullish. Pretty. Two sneezes. Is there something going on? Is there something? Spring is in the air, man. Although I don't normally get sneezy, I get congested. I'll take sneezy. Sneezing feels much better than being congested, that's for sure. Lower highs, lower lows. You got lower lows here in the RSI. You've got similar lows, very, very like double bottom lows here. So that's actually hidden bullish divergence. That's a good look. Volume coming in on this move up. It's not so explosive yet. Looking at this, I really do feel like the diamond broke out to the downside, and now we're breaking out through the upside. If you guys want to know what the diamond, the pattern move would take us to, I mean, it'd be something like this. The breakout was probably there. It'd be something like 107K, but I don't think that we stop at 107K. Diamond patterns are notorious for ripping through the measure move, actually, or at least not stopping there forever. When we do move up higher, whenever it is time to move up higher, which I don't think will be now, but I do think will be sometime next week from a high to a low, I very much do anticipate that Bitcoin will rip at an unprecedented rate. I think this move right here will be the biggest move that we've seen so far out of the bunch, right? We've seen one move up from the low here. We've seen another move up here and another move up here. Each one was, I think, 15% at the most or less than that, right, each time. So 17% or more from the current price. In the sense of a pump, I think that would be rather fantastic. A lot of people are calling for 110K, 115K, you know, maybe even 120K. I'm calling for 121K. I think that's exactly where we're going to go. This 1272 right here, pay attention to that, okay? 1272. We've shown respect on it already this cycle. If we look at it here, we take a high. I'm going to delete everything first. Take a high from 2021 November to the low in 2022 November, right? The high of the bear market to the low of the bear market. We have been consolidating right here, right below this 1272. And you went right to it. You found resistance right at it. You went right to it and found resistance there. I have a feeling that you might, from here, from a high to a low, go right up to that 1272 and stop right there, consolidate a little bit, and then press higher, going into that 130, 140K area by the end of the month of May. So here we are on the 16th right now. The last half of the month is upon us, and I think it's going to be a glorious last half, guys. This month right here, we're up already 10%. Last month, we were up 14%. I think with these 2 months in culmination together, we will effectively engulf this whole consolidation phase that we had for 6 months in total, and we will rip to glorious new all-time highs. I think that by the end of June, we'll be at 170 to 180. Over the next 2.5 weeks, we'll be at 130 to 140, and we're at 103.8K now. Things are going to get explosive and very, very fast. But first, I think we consolidate a little bit more. It would be nice if we can move down over the next couple of days. This 4-hour RSI does look a little bit bearishly inclined, I will say. We had our move. We had our hidden bullish divergence, but we had our move up. Now we're in a place to reject. I think we'll continue to go down until we hit the oversold zone like we did last time, or at least a little bit lower like the time before, or oversold like those times. So we'll see how it goes. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you on the next one. You do have hidden bearish divergence. Oh, no, you don't, actually. No, you don't. Never mind. Volume coming in, volume dying off. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll tell you what. If you're looking on the 1-hour time frame and we're getting above like $105,000 and you're getting some more volume growing coming in as we're getting above 105, we might be running today. But I don't think it'll be today. I really do think. You know, if today's the 16th, Monday would be the 19th. So I think the 19th and onward will be bullish euphoria pump moments. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.